You know, I'm actually convinced at this point that my PC is telling me the wrong time because right now it says that it's 7:59 and I usually go live at 8. It's just hit 8 o'clock now. But I've noticed every time I stream, anytime there's a minute left to go on the clock, people tell me that I'm late. But I swear PCs are set up for universal time. So I got no idea how that works. Maybe I'll have to hit the time zone change back and forth and see if it updates it at all. Hello everybody. Hope you're doing well. Just whilst the stream gets kicking off and we get people loading in here, I have a bit of a predicament right now that I did not foresee, which is I cannot for the life of me seem to log into my MXB server. And I don't know why, because having a look at some of the other servers that are live right now, some of them are like my MXB servers. So I have no clue what's going on. I've tried logging out, logging back in, no issue at all. It just keeps throwing up an error. So I've messaged Nico, seeing if he can do anything about it. Because my plan was, I did want to do a like Krakenburg ride out. Someone suggested it on my post today. So all I can do right now is sit and wait for Mr. Nico to fix things and try and think of what to do in the meantime. 30 months! Jesus. Thank you very much, Smarties. Welcome back again. Listen, real OGs remember when I streamed Minecraft and had one of my dogs called Smarties. That's how long ago this man's been supporting me for. You love to see it. The attacks have affected some Deddy servers as well. Oh, okay, so it's like, it's across the board. You can put it on hold and then reactivate it. See, I don't even know how to go about doing that. I've always been very fortunate, and Nico provides me a server for free just for the YouTube privilege, you know? So I've never had to go in and like actually sort out the renting stuff.
Tell you what, he gives himself a facial there, doesn't he?
That Mustifian became a member.
Wait, was it? Oh, was it a horse? Yes, it was. It was 2 horses, wasn't it? Because then there was another horse as well. There was 2 of them. It was you and someone else. Praying I'm live for 5 hours. I wouldn't think it would be that much. Depends how much fun we're having. Thank you very much, Moose, as well. I appreciate that. Hello, LV. Hope you're doing well. Is a 107 on 450 on Glendale good for 400 hours? I'd say it's pretty damn solid, Kit. Yeah. Is this the smooth version or the rutted version? Because I think the rutted version is slightly faster. So if it's a smooth version as well, then it's even more impressive. That's a pretty good time, yeah. Hello, Zayden. There's a timer. No, it's not like a donate-a-thon or anything just yet. I'll be honest, I was making dinner for me and Linda about 2 hours ago, and she was in the kitchen with me, and I was like, I'm not the man I was 8 hours ago. I regret putting up that post now. I should have done a bigger goal. I should have just done like 67 likes on our stream tonight, and that's it. Not an entire week, Jesus. No, the thing is, if I put a timer on the screen, people are going to think it's a donate-a-thon, and they're going to start sending money, expecting me to keep going and going and going. But that is not what this is about. I've watched a few YouTube videos recently, and they're just on about, you know, your consistency and things like that, and it kind of gave me a bit more of a kick up the bum for a short amount of time. Sounds like a good deal to me, Aiden. If you're willing to do that, I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you. Well, you can just set it up from the get-go if you want, and then make me admin, and I can start. Actually, does it still crash servers? I used to have issues with admin in game, like starting races. Yeah, I don't know why. Wait, who was it? Let me have a look. Don't even know if I'll be able to see this on my phone. Let's have a look. Because somebody commented saying Krakenburg, because I had no like plan, no schedule of what to do for these next few days. Where did it? All right, I need to go to my Discord. Post from Lynn's, visit site. Oh, okay, yeah, if you don't mind, Aiden, that'd be very, very good. It was Nicholas. He said, let's go, Linz. The Berg is calling, plus you may get a surprise this week. Ooh, I like surprises. Love me some surprises. It was, see, that was Nicholas. Right, we'll stick to the OEM bikes. I know that people obviously love doing the Enduro stuff, but just for the sake of getting as many as many bodies into the lobbies, bars, as possible. I do think that OEMs are probably the way to go. Password, that's a good point. Let me think of a password. What should we put up? It's not that at the top, by the way. We're going to rewrite this. Password is 67. There you go. We'll do that. I'll put that underneath the face cam. Try and make it a bit bigger. My group is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is my neighbor. You thought I was going to do it, didn't you? What do I want? No, I don't want outline. I want... Where's the... Let me make this bigger. Where's the background option? Or am I being a flood? I don't want outline. Font, fine. Color, fine. Opacity, fine. Background color, here we go. Background opacity. Crank that up a little bit. There you go, it's a bit more definitive now. 22, nah, crank that shit to 30. Yeah, we'll get 30 people in there. Be fine, it'll be fine. We'll end up with 5 anyway. Turn collisions off as well if you can do, Aiden. We'll be doing a cheeky little Krakenburg run. No, more of a ride out, not looking to go and try hard. Plus, if we take our time and wait for people, it will burn more time. You're redoing the Don't Fall series for bikes. One of them you could ride just without textures and objects. I tried. I don't know if it was Don't Fall or if it was one of the other ones. But I remember there was a point. I don't know if I'll still have it in my game. Let me have a look. I probably deleted it. Yeah, I don't think it's in here anymore. No, it's not. But I put one of them in my game before. But I think I chose a really bad track for it because you actually had to have the objects to get from one part to the other because you had to like ride across logs and things. Gotta leave before the Berg. That's kind of pooey. I'm very, very sorry. Just waiting. We're just waiting on Aiden to put a server up for us, and then I'll be able to let you know what the server name is. It's all right. We'll kill a couple of minutes. Is there a MyMXB Discord? Nico's given me a channel that I don't have access to. Get support, finish, get started. I am from England. Set your own country here by clicking the corresponding action. I am from Europe. Okay. I will not do this right now. There's a lot of stuff going on there. I'm gonna wait until after the stream. Right. Update on the Berg record times. That's a good shout. I've not looked at them for a minute. I don't think anybody would have been going for them anymore. Let's have a little look because there's no longer a special Krakenburg event on ranked. And obviously I've not been doing any donator-thon stuff, so people have had no reason to be playing it. So it's still me, thankfully, at the top. Only like 50 seconds. I'm so shocked that Reese got that so low as well. And actually, looking at times, it was almost all in the final sector. And middle sectors. Imagine like riding for almost 15 minutes with someone and you're only 2 seconds apart at the end of those 15 minutes on a track like Krakenburg. It's kind of crazy work. But this was all last donator-thon times. This was middle of November. Obviously, Chase had his. He was going for it around then as well. So we have got a bit of a gap. We got like 3.5 minutes from me and Reese to third place. So it's still there for the taking. I feel bad for Montana because I think Montana was like second at one point, and then all of us tryhards came along and bumped him down a little bit. All right, let's move that over there. So Aiden has said, what's it going to be called? Right, it's not Lynn's. Is it Aiden? It's not Aiden. Let's search by Krakenburg. Go for the letter K. K. KM. KR. We got Mr. Krabs. Unless it's just not showing up for me yet. There we go. So yeah, if anybody wants to join that, it's just type in Lynn's in the server list and it will come up, and then the password will be 67. Do I want to do this on the Yami? Or should I try and let's have a bit more fun? Where's the old Poopy Dookie at? There she is. Aiden will beat me on Krakenburg. Of course he will. No chance. That's the only thing I've got anymore, gamers. Like, Krakenburg's all I've got left in me. Do I have just a white helmet paint? Just like plain white. That's close enough. All white out. It's fine. It surprises me, actually, that the Element boys aren't, like, insane at the Berg, because for the Enduro cross stuff, the shorter stuff, they're all pretty damn good. I get so many notifications now from having a camera on my front door. Get about 200 plus a day just from people walking or driving past. Hello, Stovepipe. Save until Cam starts grinding it. Yeah, I see a world where Cam would beat it if he wanted to. Same with someone like Rax as well, but I know Rax finds it quite boring. Like he done it with us before on a stream, and he got like 20 minutes deep, and he was like, can't be asked anymore, and then he disappeared. Hey, listen, I'm not calling out any names. I'm guessing the stream you're on about with Aiden was that CDS Glendale series. I watched a little bit of Callum's video that he posted, and I just commented saying there's a lot of people in this race that only play on Fridays, which I thought was very interesting. Because we all know that's not true, so I don't know why we cap. What Fat Joe, are you on an altar? Can an altar make it around here? It's an altar, isn't it? Oh my goodness. What was this man smoked? He's kind of screwed now. You can't leave and rejoin on a different bike, so bro's gonna have to alter up. I've just noticed that my name is still something that it probably shouldn't be. Which is kind of crazy work. I need to remember to change that back at some point. I'll be honest, I think that Glendale track is a really fun track to play by yourself, but a really shit track to try and race people on. So just because it's so quick, I don't really think you can gain time on anybody. What am I doing? Not that. Settings, simulation, yep, cool. Shift helps on. I want to get how framey Krakenburg ends up being. I need standings and timing. Cool. I might have to go back to 3M White Monster, yeah. Well, fun fact for you, Ilum, if you was able to track MX Simulator hours, I'm pretty sure my MX Simulator hours in the last 2 weeks is higher than my MX Bikes hours in the last 2 weeks. So I have been playing MX Simulator because Kellen may have planted the seed in my brain. However, so I had a look at so it's the North American RF series, which is the one that happens first. the European series happens the day after, so it's a lot more sweaty. So I'd probably try and do the NA one if I could. I had a look, and you only tend to get about 50 people that sign up for the Pro 450 class, which at first sounds like, oh, you could probably qualify for that quite easy. But even still, to get inside the top 40, it's really, really good lap time. So the 50 people that do sign up are really good. And I've downloaded all 5 of the current 2026 Supercross tracks. And after about, I want to say maybe 30 minutes of each one, only 1 out of the 5 did I run a lap that would have qualified me. But that lap was also in time trial, so I could infinitely reset. I didn't have to do it within like an actual race, like in a server. And the main reason being right now, I got my corners fine, I can do my rhythms fine, like that's come back to me really, really quickly. There is something about the way they build the whoops in 2026 that I cannot for the life of me get through fast or consistently. And I've spoken to a couple of people, some very, very fast people in SimSteel, and they all come to me with the same technique of whack her up into 5th and then really, really low RPMs and maintain like a consistent speed. And I just feel like the bike runs away from me and I crash so much. I feel super out of control. The only time I've really felt somewhat comfortable through them is if I keep it in like 2nd gear or bang it all the way down to 1st, so it kind of restricts how fast I can go. But that's still not a consistent thing. So a lot of the tracks out of them first 5, I'm kind of like a 2nd off of making top 40. But I'm pretty sure nearly all of that 2nd can be made up in the whoops. I just haven't found a good way through them yet. But it's quite funny to me how quickly the rest of it has come back. I mean, the corners are very forgiving on these tracks. They're built up super tall, so you can get away with cranking the bike over really far. The thing that can be difficult is like timing your rhythms and knowing how far you're going to jump. After playing MX bikes for 5 years, just the muscle memory's all over the place. But I'm quietly happy with how quickly it started coming back to me again. No, I've not seen the model yet, senor. Nice to see you still making stuff for the game. Can't figure out how to download bikes and maps for Sim. Usually they download as a SAF file, which you just drag and drop into your personal folder or just your MX Simulator install folder. I mean, I don't know how I managed to install Sim recently, but I haven't even got a personal folder anymore. It's literally just called MX Simulator, and I just drag and drop stuff in there. If it downloads as like a zip or a compressed folder, then you'd have to open that and then drag the file in there separately. Hello, Troy. Yeah, a little Krakenburg action, why not? Start the week off good. Aiden's already made me admin, which is nice. We do only have 14 people in here, so I'm tempted just to kind of chill out for a bit, see if we can get up to maybe 20 people or so. Are collisions on? Good question. I don't think they would be. No, collisions are off. So you can hit as many people as you like. No, no join and quit. Join and then see it all the way through to the end, because we're going to do a nice slow-ish ride until I get bored and then want to try and go a little bit faster. But depending on kind of how the course of tonight goes... Oh, did somebody leave? Yes. Caleb Bikes, not SPX. Did Caleb Bikes leave and rejoin on a different bike? No, I'm pretty sure he was on the Suzuki. I remember seeing 2 Suzukis when we loaded in. I think he's Gucci. Yeah. I might. Rumour has it. Just play a bit of Sim as well. Downside of Sim is I don't have like Sim servers at all or anything, and I don't know how feasible public lobby Sim servers are. So I'll be honest, I'd probably just boot up solo testing and try and grind it a little bit more myself and see how that goes. Because it's Monday now, isn't it? I've only really got tomorrow night to be able to play it, and then that's it. Yeah, I'll be honest, I can't see myself qualifying for Seattle. I mean, I can try and stream and show up, but it'll be a very late stream. The races, I think, are at like 1:30 AM for me, like so super, super late. I don't know how long it would last. I don't know the format of Sim right now either. I don't know what time track comes out. I don't know how long you have to practice before you qualify. I don't know how long qualifying is. So there's a lot of unknowns for me at the moment. Yeah, I just kept Enduro bikes off for tonight just to give everybody a chance to come in without having to download extra stuff. You do forget how slick this track is though when you haven't played it for a while. Very, very slippery. I'm just trying to pop the front end up to do a wheelie and it's just doesn't want to go up. Yeah, the crazy thing right now is on Sim, I can pretty much only get around the Supercross tracks, and you'd think Supercross would be harder, but as soon as I go anywhere near like choppy braking bumps on outdoors right now, my back end just fishtails all over the place and I crash straight away. It is very hard switching from one game to the other as well. I feel so wonky on bikes right now, so it's probably a good thing we're doing this rather than any actual proper racing. We're getting a wild Jan in here. Lovely. Seeing quite a few disconnects going on here, gamers. I'm hoping these are just generic game crashes. We'll wait for these to sink in. I mean, it's a Monday, to be fair. It'd probably pop off a bit more if it was on a weekend, but we should still be going through to the weekend. I was ill prepared. I should have brought another drink up with me because I am all out. I have no water or Pepsi on my desk to consume right now. I was going to say, I could load up Sim right now at the same time whilst people are loading in, but I have to unplug one controller and plug another one in, and you know what MX Bikes is like. As soon as you unplug a controller and you plug it back in, it will not work. You've got to close and reopen your game. Which kind of sucks ass. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, I remember going through my Homasunas era. Running everything all whited out. No pure white FXR kits though. Can't really get away with it. Hello Lewis. I'm good. Yeah, if I was to unplug, like fully unplug it, if it's like a quick disconnect and reconnect, it's fine. But if I was to unplug this controller, plug in my PS5 one, first of all it would fuck up my button settings, so I changed it to all Xbox inputs. But then also it would, if I was then to try and reconnect my PS4 one, I don't think it changes it back to PlayStation inputs, it keeps it as Xbox and the controller won't be recognised anymore. I still do find it very strange that with the whole PS5 issue scenario that I have, every other Steam game works fine on it, and MX Simulator works fine on it, it's just MX Bikes that gives me issues. So, just MX Bikes things. Oh my goodness, we're sliding all over the place. And not quite as steezy as Thomasunius is, unfortunately. Unless? Nope, just kidding. Cool. Sure. Yeah, I've tried everything you can imagine, Luke. It doesn't work for me. Just one of them things. Just one of them things. I've tried everything you could possibly imagine. Skirt. I wonder how feasible a full backwards run of Krakenburg would be. Trying to remember where to go first of all would be, I actually think, quite difficult. And I imagine some of the downhills, well, some of the ones that are normally downhills that would now be uphills would also be impossible. I'm thinking there's some really, really long downhills towards the end of the final sector. Oh yeah, we'd have to go up here, wouldn't we? So my camera is 110.031, and then it's all the way down and all the way back. Oh. Yes, kind of got to push for a lot of this as well, where it's quite chopped out. Still going on about 6.7 in 2026. Well, you know how when your parents post like a meme on Facebook, but the meme's already like 5 years old? I am pretty much a parent at this point to my MX Bikes community. I'm just that old, I'm an unk, so I have to hit the trends a little bit late. I'll give it like another 2 minutes till my timer at the top right hits 180. Oh, why'd you slide off? No, keep going. Keep going. Weave. Slalom. Yes. Barely. No sit stand. Why don't I have sit stand? I don't remember turning it off unless it's been off for a while. Where is it? Show rider stand. Oh no, I've had it off for a while because it's... Hang on, is it? Hello? There it is. Yeah, because I had the... Whatchamacallit? Widgets... I had that on. And I think it was just like a bit messy all at the same time. Right. Are we good? We are good. Let's see if it works. See if we get any game crashes, any jump starts. I see a chat already. Somebody's jump started. Yep. I can't put it back into practice by the looks of it. Put it back into warm-up. If you guys can make sure that you actually go to the track. This guy just keeps leaving and joining over and over again. So we're not going to sit and wait for that. Yeah, if it happens again to Caleb, not much I can do there. Yeah, we'll ride together. Definitely not because I'm going to have a big old skill issue. And actually struggle to go around fast. I have noticed that anti-aliasing, like turning it off completely, is probably one of the best things you can do for your FPS to increase FPS. And I think all things considered, my frames right now are pretty good. I've got 2 different max HUDs on. I've got a reshade on. Like, I'm streaming at the same time. It's on Krakenburg. Like, the frames are... Whilst I can feel them, I think from your guys' perspective, it should actually still look fine. When we get into the trees, it'll probably get really, really bad, but then it usually sorts itself out after that. Oh, people left and rejoined on different bikes. So it's somebody and Troy. Which is going to be annoying because I'm going to probably be around Troy for most of it. I'm surprised we still have people that don't understand not to do that. I mean, it's been an issue for probably like 2 years at this point. Big issue. So that will also cause other people's games to crash, so maybe nobody finishes this. Is there a Krakenburg on Sim? Not to this level of scaling. There's a few larger enduro tracks on Sim, like GNCC style, but I do think you're limited on Sim to how big you can make your map. I might be wrong in that, but I've never seen anything like outrageously large. There is long tracks, but they tend to kind of like twist their way around quite a lot. Let me see if I can remember the lineup. Not fast enough. Thought Nicholas was going to survive that then. Everyone's still staying fairly close together to begin with. I tried Daisy once, many years ago. And Daisy is one of them games for me, which is probably the same reason that I don't play other games of the same genre. I don't like games where you kind of run around looting, basically doing nothing for hours, to then be one-tapped in the head by somebody and then all of your progress is gone and you have to do it all again. Same with a lot of, you know, like extraction shooter type games as well. Doesn't really do it for me either. So BP got me to download Ark Raiders. I played it for an hour and then haven't played it again since. So it's like first game on it that I played, looted a few things, killed 2 people, extracted, next game, had better things, got killed, and was like, can't be asked to get stuff back again. Yeah, Troy knows the strats, he knows. I wonder who he learnt these strats from. I'm going to wait at the top of the hill that has the pipe going up alongside it. Big pipe hill. It might sound bad for the MX Bikes dedicated people, but I genuinely think that the better you are at Sim, the easier Bikes is. Because Sim is just the harder game. So if you get very good at Sim and then you come back to Bikes for a tiny bit, I do think it's quite easy to go fast on it. Yeah, we're going to wait at the top of this hill for all of the gamers. Yo, yeet. Let everyone regroup together and then we'll mosey on again. Yeah, I'm well, thank you, Auction. Is that the real Bradley Martin? That's 3 names though, B Martin. You are going to get banned, unfortunately. This is ARL rules, you know. You're going to have to take that CDS out your name. Did, I'm wondering which one's Aiden, because I know Aiden usually changes names. Or if he's just having a stinky start. Unless Aiden is whoever's inside Troy as well, I don't know. Oh, actually it might be Paul, yeah, he's got the backpack on. Okay. Give everybody like 10 seconds, see if anybody else is going to make it up the hill in time. Sim only has forwards and back body lean, there's no left and right body lean. Go while Troy's facing the other way, go, go, go. Oh, there you go, somebody just arrived. Now see, most of the games that I play, I end up playing by myself. So in terms of like the extraction stuff, like Ark as well, no one to run around in a team with. What I think's more realistic? I always hate that question, you know. It depends what angle you're looking at stuff from. Because, like, Bikes you can obviously go like really, really fast, and there's no penalty for over jumping things, etc. But then on sim, you also have downsides, like you kind of float in the air for ages. It feels like moon gravity sometimes. Obviously, you can't lean side to side, which is quite unrealistic in itself. And then sometimes I feel like sim is hard for the sake of being hard. Like, I feel like, especially low speed stuff, I feel like it's easier to do in real life than it is in game. So it's hard. I don't know. Both games have their flaws. Both games have their positives. If we could live in a world where they were both merged together and we get the best of both worlds, that would be amazing. Maybe get like the bikes, graphics and sounds matched with Sims, like, you know, like server infrastructure and dev who cares a lot and puts a lot of time and effort into the game. That'd be nice. I think there is a universe where they both coexist peacefully with each other. I think it just depends what you want out of your gaming experience more. If you want something that's like a little bit more casual, that you haven't got to spend too much time trying to get good at, bikes is probably the way to go. If you're more of a hardcore gamer and you want to spend hundreds and thousands of hours getting good at something, then Sim's probably your way to go. Hard Enduro starts tonight at 6 MST. I don't know the time difference either. Do you know the difference between MST and EST? Because I know that I'm always like 5 hours ahead of EST. I played MTG 2 nights ago. And then I dipped and started grinding a bunch of sim instead. I tell you what, if it's not hard enough trying to switch from bikes to sim back and forth, it's even harder trying to switch from bikes to sim to MTG to track they are to God knows what other motocross games back and forth, and trying to be somewhat competent at them all. Oh, see, look, I'm out of the flow of things. I usually bark down that hill. I can't really gauge on how MTG feels for me right now, because I'm still very low hours, and I think I'm just shit at it. I will say so similar to my opinion on Sim sometimes, like the really low speed stuff, I feel like is harder than riding at low speed in real life. So I don't know if that's something that needs tweaking, or if it's just a skill issue and something to learn eventually. But I suppose when I first started learning MX Simulator years and years and years ago, I'd spend 95% of my time laying on the ground thinking about what I've done rather than actually playing the game. So I do think it's going to be a learning curve. It's just different, you know. It doesn't play the same as any of the other games that I've played now either. So I don't know. I don't see it in the same way that MX Simulator has a dedicated fan base, in the same way that MX Bikes has a dedicated fan base. I think MTG would also have its own dedicated fan base. I think all 3 games are just going to coexist with each other. Dookie, I'm not sure if you know where the track goes exactly, but you definitely not go up that hill properly. I'm thinking there might be a couple of track cuts in there since it says he's P11 as well. Or he just wants to ride with the boys. Trying to get good at Legends. I can't be bothered to trying to get good at Legends. I still like the somewhat realism. The issue I find with a lot of the arcadey games, and this is more so slamming on the Monster Energy Supercross than it is on MX vs ATV. So MESX for me, it's so difficult to actually keep any sort of momentum going if you get anything like a tiny bit wrong. And I feel like that's what Supercross is all about. You know, being able to, you know, seat bounce, time for rhythms, try and carry a little bit of corner speed. But I never realised those had collisions before. I don't think I've ever hit them tyres. I don't know, the arcadey ones just really don't do it for me. The silly stuff on it can be fun from time to time. Like, I don't hate the pit bikes, for example, on Legends. They're decent fun. But I don't see a world where I would enjoy sitting down, somewhat grinding to try and get better at them games. Where should our next stopping point be? I've kind of been zoning out here. I haven't even been paying attention to where we are or where we're going. Don't want to stop here. May as well wait at the top. Oh, actually, I know where we'll stop. I know. Oh, okay. I guess we're stopping here. Oh, that's a I guess I'm going to turn around and do that again. I was just pressing reverse and I carried on riding down the hill. This is not going to be a good run. I've got no momentum going. We're about to go down a hill, I think, in a second, and we're going to hit a greyish rocky jump, then turn left and hit another steep uphill. And I'm going to wait at the top of that steep uphill. I thought the Dookie would be pretty good in the grip department since she's a little bit slower. But I don't think it matters what you ride around this place, it's still going to be hella slippery. Are we gentle on the inputs? Did I ever visit Herzberg? No, I've never been to Austria. I feel like Herzberg would be a really shit event to watch in person. Definitely one of them things I think translates better to TV or GoPros. So I'm sure it looks cool for the little bit of track that you can see. But then there's miles and miles and miles of shit that you can't see. Yeah, right, top of this next left hill is where I'll stop and wait for people a bit. We'll transfer. Skirt. See if we've left too many people behind now. Troy and Aiden doing it together. I think we had we had 6 or 7 people the last time we waited. And I can already tell, looking at the timing, we've only got like 9 people left after game crashes anyway, which is actually kind of nuts this early on. No, I've never ridden Cullum. Now I'm just scrolling up through chat quickly just whilst we wait for a few people. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about too much, to be honest, Javen. I feel like a lot of it's under NDA, unfortunately. And I don't want to piss anybody off, so it's better to hush until I get the all clear. I don't know what just happened to Aiden then, but he was bounced on it crazy style. I haven't actually played a track they are in quite some time, but I did have an update for it recently that I installed. Actually, I think I've got it saved at the top. So I've installed it, it's ready to go, I just need to actually play it. Malwarebytes, go away please. Because they had another major update recently, and they've got bloody jet skis now, so that'll be interesting. And I noticed Kevin Fwailer's getting some tracks on there also. It says they've changed like air and ground physics, so I'm hoping that they've made it feel a little bit more like free in the air and that you don't lose grip once you go past half throttle. Because those are my two biggest complaints with track they are at the moment. I've ridden Mildenhall before, but it's not since I was on an 85, I think, many years ago. Where am I going? I'm actually so zoned out right now. I always usually take the same route there. Although, oh no, go. Oh, don't crash my game on the rock, please. Yes, okay. So that line I took wasn't terrible, but I just kind of ran out of steam. I think my usual scumbag elo line usually works better. I didn't even know the ride games had off-road, to be honest with you. Aren't the ride games all like quite samey? I never have much faith in games when they get to like the 6th iteration of it. It almost kind of seems like the same thing to me, in the same way that the MESX games do. Oh, Nicholas has had a game crash as well. Generally, I don't know if anybody's going to finish this race. We've gone through more than half the people and we're not even to the first sector yet. Probably because we are on the OEM bikes, isn't it? It was the Enduro bikes seem to stop game crashes quite a lot. It's been a minute since GP Bikes has had any updates. GP Bikes gets updated less than MX Bikes does. But I think GP Bikes has the lowest player count out of MX Bikes, Art Racing Pro and GP Bikes. I think with them ride games as well, they are very much AAA title costs. So is it worth it? I saw Reaper post a plate from Peanut Customs and it looked quite cool. Yeah, they're decent prizes. I don't think I'd win any hard enduro championships, to be honest, though, Oxygen. The Element boys are a little bit spicy, especially when it comes to the enduro cross. If every round was just a res course, then yeah, I might be up for it. But if you take like Cool Whips enduro cross tracks, take Prices enduro cross tracks, I'd get my ass handed to me. So I don't think I'd do very well there. I don't think there is an exact average number of hours, to be honest, Kit. It all depends what your background was. I just noticed people that come from the console games have a harder time getting better at bikes quickly. Those that came from Sim First get good at it really fast. I'm pretty sure I was competing in pro stuff at like 500 hours, if that, but then there was a lot less competition back then as well. Not an answer to the question either, but I'd probably just say it doesn't actually matter. Just put in as many hours as you feel that you need to get to a good level. Everyone learns at a different pace. Notice old George is disappearing off in the distance right now, which I think George might be Jake, since Aiden's in here as well, but I'm not sure. This is not the ride out that I was expecting. We'll go slow along the road. I think direct lean is personal preference. To a degree. To a degree. I would say if you're all the way down at like 10, then there's a limit to how fast you can go just because of how long it takes you to get the bike cranked over. But I know there's fast people from 40 all the way up to 100. So a lot of it can be personal preference. Do the SIRL series. There's a lot of different SIRL series, isn't there? I've seen a Supercross one at the moment that's going on, which I think might be SIRL, and I think it might is it Cool Whip making the tracks? Something like that. And I looked at the first round of it and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And then I saw that they released the tracks like well in advance of the actual races. And again, I have no desire to just race tracks that have been grinded by people and it becomes who's played the track the most. That's a common theme with the races I do these days, which is usually why I stick to the aerial stuff or like Aiden's K-Bell stuff. Is, to me, racing is who can learn a track the quickest and then perform in a race and be the most consistent, rather than, hey, the track's been out for an entire day, haven't got a job, haven't got to go to school, let me sit here and grind it for 8 hours straight and then do well in the race. Yeah, there's a difference to it. Favourite 450 if speed didn't matter? Probably Suzuki or Honda, something like that. And like Bob Billy said there, the reason that a lot of the NA riders tend to race the EU series is because of that format. So you get 30 minutes to learn the track, and then you qualify instead of the 5 hours that the NA guys get to learn the track and qualify. So a lot of people, if they tend to have the ability and time to do EU, a lot of them will prefer doing that just because of the night schedule. Hello, Reed. Listen, Reed, don't think I don't see the work you're putting in outside of the aerial races. I see you racing the CDS series. So, whenever you beat me next, I'm just going to say, oh yeah, but you've been playing the game, Reed. You've been playing the Supercross stuff. It's just a personal thing for me. And it's my own fault as well, because if I still had like the love to sit here and grind the same track for 8 hours, then yeah, I'd probably be all for it. But I haven't got the mental for it anymore. Give me an hour on the same track and then I'm pretty much done. And this is Krakenburg, of course. And I suppose Krakenburg's long enough to where you only see the same bit of the track once every hour. The twins are always so close together, aren't they? Joined in the womb, joined on the dirt course. Wait at the top of this as well, see if we've got any stragglers at the back. We do only have 7 people left, which is kind of crazy work. And I think we'll only have 5 in this group. I'm pretty sure Troy's game has crashed as well, based on the names that are still in here. Oh, it's not Jake. Oh. I don't know why I thought it would be. Oh, it's actually George. Oh, okay. Yeah, George, you can be another twin. You'll be the 3rd twin. Join them. I don't know if the CDS series is as deep as the aerial series in competition, but I did see a fair few heavy hitter names on the last round at Glendale, and on top of that as well, people have more time to play the track before that race series, so the general speed of everybody will also be quicker. So it's hard to say. I think I'm going to finish this Krakenburg run, if I finish it without my game crashing. And then I'm going to boot up Sim and wobble around a sim track for you guys to see the progress over the last... how long's it been? Like 3 days? Because I've definitely... I'd say I've put in like 5 hours worth of sim grinding over the last 3 days. Which for me is a pretty good amount of time. Tips for game crashing? No, I'll be honest. If it's just on this track, then it's just rolling the dice and trying to be lucky. If it's on a majority of tracks, then I've got no clue. But this track is always a bad one for game crashes. Even if we start with a lobby of 40 people, sometimes we'll finish with 3. I think if so, everyone knows my opinions on the aerial tracks so far this year. So I do think the ruts have been a positive, but I know I reiterate it over and over. I do think the general bigger scaling has made for worse racing, or tracks that feel like they don't flow as they should do. I feel like it's caused a lot of forced rhythms, or being able to hit corners third gear wide open and just quadding intersections as well. Whereas I feel like if everything was a little bit smaller and tighter, like so this is going to sound quite counterintuitive. If the track is smaller, you'll be like, oh, well then you're quadding everywhere. But that's not the case, because then if the berms are also more shallow and tighter, you won't be able to carry as much speed around the berm, so you won't be able to then quad in quite as easily. I think we've got one more. Oh yeah, waiting on Clapped. We'll let Clapped get up here. Gotland Grand National. That is a good track. That is one of the best enduro tracks on Sim. It'll be some Supercross stuff, just because I need to get good at it. Yeah, I think it's just us four that's left in this group now. It looks like BMA's a little bit behind. And then the other two... well, actually, I think Nev 318 has only just recently gone through the first sector, so he's quite a ways back. Yeah, switching at any kind of controller is always difficult to do. Even switching from PS4 to PS5 for me from one game to another takes a while. It's actually nuts how small the PS4 controller is in comparison. It's a very casual Krakenburg run, this, isn't it? I reckon we'll clock in at like an hour. Hour and 10 maybe. It's weird thinking that the very first Krakenburg world record video I posted was at like 56 minutes, 57 minutes, something like that. And that run felt like insane to me at the time. And now we've got all the way down to 48 is kind of disgusting. Then, you know, different betas, different bikes, different speeds, different tractions, more course knowledge, more muscle memory, more repetitions. All that goes into it. And obviously when we do Datathon stuff as well, it's such a good way of just killing an easy hour and a half. It's nice for me playing the game at a slower speed as well. Oh, you're a keyboard and mouse player. See, I'm never good on keyboard and mouse. It appears you have fallen down this hill here, and so on like FPS games, for example, the only PC game that I feel like I ever played on keyboard and mouse often was Counter-Strike. And my aiming on keyboard and mouse is always pretty damn good, but my movement on keyboard and mouse is always really bad. I think Clapped is getting left behind ever so slightly. Hello, Montana. I literally mentioned your name just before we started this run as well. Yeah, it'll just be a one run on this today. You alright?
Yeah,
I don't think it would be in here. If it is, it'll be in one of them two baskets on the top left. Don't think it would be anywhere else.
sorry.
But part of me feels like it might be in the bedroom somewhere.
Oh, Jesus.
Take the whole basket if you need to have a rummage through it.
I will be rummaging.
In my new laptop. Or new one. I mean, it's kind of huge, isn't it? So it's hard to miss.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like,
Unless it's in that cabinet as well. I've no idea.
I don't want to be rummaging.
There's not loads in there, so you'd be able to see it if it was. No idea. Soz hun.
Someone bought me.
Someone bought you a game? What's his name? So why has a female bought you a game?
Because we're on.
Is this the lady you was informing me of earlier?
Here's what, sorry.
Is this the anime lady?
Yes, it is.
How have you managed to swindle someone else buying you a game?
I didn't. I didn't.
What the fuck?
I was just like, we're gonna play Among Us, and I was like, ew, it's £4. And they're like, oh, we'll play this game instead. £8. Oh, I'll buy it for you.
That's nuts. Among Us.
I'm just so.
Part of me feels like it was in your room. Because I know you was the last one to be using it. Yeah, well, listen, that's on you.
Look at my glasses.
Stop making stream look at your glasses. Nerd. This is not the money-making method. This is not to make money, gamers. It's just to have a nice chill time playing some motocross bicycles I don't usually get to have. We will do a donate-a-thon at some point. Basically, I'm waiting for Ariel to make the announcement that the Supercross season's cancelled. And if that's the case, then we'll do a donate-a-thon. My concern... Well, I've got two concerns, actually. One concern is more from a moral standpoint and a conflict of interest standpoint, which is, if I do a donate-a-thon, everyone's going to be expecting all of that money to go towards the Alzheimer's Society thing that I'm running for in October. The issue I have with that is, whilst that's obviously a very noble thing to do, if I am doing nothing but streaming for an entire week and earning no money from it, the rent will not be paid. So I have to take at least some of the money for myself, and I don't know how people will feel about that. The other issue that I have is it's actually quite mentally draining. And it basically leaves no time for you to do anything else in your life. And where right now I'm quite focused on training for this ultramarathon, I don't know if I just want to sit and have an entire week off. Because you could just be like, I'll just go to the gym or whatever at the end of the stream, but streaming for 12 hours, sitting and waffling for 12 hours straight is actually quite tiring. No, I still can't bring myself to bust a camera out at the gym. You should see the looks that I give other people when they bust a camera out of the gym. You'd think that they'd stab somebody in front of my eyes with the way I look at them, like shooting daggers at them. So you cringe lord. Especially when you see like the kind of twinky-looking teenage guy setting up his iPhone with a makeshift little stand and going and doing his lap pull downs, and it's just like, well, who's watching this? Nobody. Hey, I mean, I do my training at usually like 3 or 4 a.m. So that is that Goggins mentality. However, I do it at that time because I haven't gone to bed yet. I'm not waking up for that. It's the other way around. And the gym's empty at that time. Almost empty. She'll get like 5 to 10 people, which is nuts to me. I've noticed... how do I say this in the most politically correct way possible? A lot of the English natives tend to go to the gym at around 5 a.m. and a lot of the non-English natives tend to be at the gym from like 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.-ish. Just notice a common trend in the type of personnel that are at the gym at different times. This is not good. Yep, I knew as soon as I hit that ice patch that was going to go terribly. That's an outrageous statement, Luke. I didn't say that, you said that. I don't know which week it would be, Reed. But I am gone, if you want to bust your calendar out, I believe the 16th of March. No, probably the 15th of March for a week. There is a chance of 2 weeks, but I doubt 2 weeks. But definitely at least one. Basically, the whole plan is, so the AJP boys, they have a team in real life, so they've got fast riders on their team, and they are going to be taking one of them riders to do some MXGP stuff this year. So basically, they go to Spain each year, riding anyway. So from, I think, the 16th of March, we're driving through France, stopping at the Bud Racing Cowie facility, because you can ride there any day of the week. So that'd be cool to go ride there. And then carry on through to Spain, ride a couple days in Spain, and then I don't know if there's a GP in Spain around that time, but the week after that, you have got the GP of Trentino, I believe, which they will be doing. So I guess it's up to me if I want to carry on through to Trentino with them, just to like go and linger around and watch, or if I want to just call it after the Spain week and then come back home after that. So we'll see what happens. But yes, do not worry, Reed. You will be beating me at points at the end of it. You're very, very committed to it. Have you found it? Oh. I look at it this way, Reed. Jorge Prado was able to get 3rd place with everybody there. But you're only able to get P3 with nobody there. Kind of crazy work. Let me... I want to help Linda find this charger. Just bear me 1 second. I know this is a little bit unprofessional. That didn't take long to find at all. No context. No context at all. I just had the small-brained decision to do a random post saying 67 likes and I'll stream every night this week. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And to be fair, I didn't say how long the streams had to be. I can disappear after 5 minutes if I really wanted to. It's not down to me, Reed. It's down to BP, wherever he wants to travel with the bicycles. Hello, Tetfi. Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. How has she managed to swindle... To give you context as to why she's just needed my laptop charger, she's on a Discord call right now with a woman that I think she's only spoken to once before. That woman has now bought her a game, and they are now both going to play the game together in a Discord call. Is Linda being groomed by another female? And if the answer is yes, is that other female attractive, and can she be involved in any way? These are questions I might have to throw out there at the end of the night. Yes, I don't own a cuck chair yet, but if needs must, then... Actually, I suppose I do. I've got one over my left shoulder. Nah, she's not watching the stream right. Oh, what you mean the other woman is? I know Linda isn't right now. Yeah, so when I first met her, she did tell me that she bats for both teams, so Maybe a relationship needs spicing up after coming up on 6 years now. Wait for a haymaker to come flying, just bust down the door, just beating the shit out of me. Good times. We've only got 5 people left in this. Aiden is not one of them either. Aiden's game's crashed. I mean, the plan is... I don't know when it's being booked, but I feel like it needs to happen sooner rather than later. The plan still is, Reed, to go to Anaheim 1 next year. But I'll just be a good boy. I'll just book it whenever I get told to book it. These rocks are very, very bad for game crashes, to be fair, so it wouldn't surprise me if my game or George's game crashes through these as well. Especially in a second, where you have to hit like a disgusting little tyre tap, and there's a very, very high chance that you do a front flip and your head lands in the rock first, and that's when the game tends to crash on you. So it's not here, I think it's after the next left. Is it after this? Whilst we're here, let me... I feel like that grey one looks like the better one to go over. Because I usually try and go over the one that my tyre's aiming at right now. But I think the one George is going over there looks like it wants to be ramped more. There you go. No front flip action. And then I think we got a similar scenario here, which we do. Unless you jump off of this, I could use that to try and ramp up and over. He snuck around to the left there. Is that a legit way, or is he just not? Oh no, yeah, you might be able to get away with that. I'm just kind of scouting for future runs. So you kind of come all the way out wide. We're up. Feasible. I took off one bump too early. So I need to go more towards the middle to jump off the actual correct one. Okay. We do have Carl's Diner coming up next, so that will be the most likely game crash place, we'll see. So usually when I'm doing like fast runs around here, I'll just kind of jump whatever I can see and pray that I make it through. I don't think I've ever taken the time to kind of plan out a line and memorise it. I think every run I've ever had, my line through rock gardens has always been slightly different to each other. When this race is done, I'm going to go on sim for a little bit and see where the time takes me, but there is a chance for pub lobby stuff afterwards. But if you've got other stuff to do anyway, then I'll probably just invade someone else's random server that's already up. Actually, let me not look behind too much as we go through here. Let's try and just do it normally. But when I first started doing Krakenburg, I remember just trying to dodge as many rocks as possible. But the more you play it and kind of the fast show, the more you realise that Resolute's built stuff in a way to where you're meant to jump over more things than you think you are. Just with like, you'll find that before a lot of the bigger rocks, there'll always be a bit of dirt that's ramped up. It's just about trying to get the right line going into it to get it right. So the more rocks you can tire tap, the better. I'm pretty sure as long as you're just tapping them with your back wheel, you shouldn't get a game crash. It's when your whole bike or your rider's body falls into them, which is when you have issues. So like here as well, there's a little bit of dirt there, top up and over that one. Them ones usually cause me quite a lot of issues. But looking ahead a long way helps as well, just knowing kind of where you want to go ahead of time. So it's not all last minute. I wanted to set up one of them eye trackers before, but they're not cheap at all. Oh, this could be a very lucky respawn. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've tried kind of tire tapping / wheeling through that gap, landed in those two in front of me, and it's been game over. What do I think about paying for setups? Can I point you towards my shorts that I made earlier today? But at the same time, you have to remember that I've never paid for a setup anyway because I get all my shit for free because YouTube privilege. So very, very biased answer. I think my short that I made today was more making fun of / ripping into every time I load up Instagram or TikTok now and I scroll through, I see like 10 different 3-letter suspension brands saying only possible with ABC suspension, only possible with XYZ suspension. And it's like, okay, you're clearly hitting the whoops dog shit on purpose the first time around to make the second go look better. Like, what are we doing here? So yeah, just don't fall for the marketing. I do think that suspension, like paid stuff, will always be better than free stuff, but I cannot tell you who to use because I switch between so many different people all the time, depending on bike, depending on track, like indoors, outdoors. So I'm never going to sit and be like, use this person and this person only. I would say a good way of doing it is to experiment with various free setups first, and then if you find something that you really vibe with, and then maybe you want something that's a bit more tailored, then you can maybe go down the paid route after that. But then at the same time, if you take, so let's say there's 50 different, I'm not going to try to get through that. Let's say there's 50 different suspension brands in the game. Let's say they've all made a suspension for the Yamaha 450 in Supercross. There's obviously going to be a sweet spot in setups for stuff that works well and what doesn't work well. So you could find that 5 out of them 50 people might have exactly the same suspension setup as each other, purely because they all kind of operate within that same sweet spot, and they might have 1 or 2 clicks off from each other, and that's it. Which, to be honest, when you're riding, especially if you're more like mid-level rider compared to insane, you're not going to notice the difference, but in a click across 2 different settings. So, I don't know. Yeah, just try various people's free stuff first, and if you find one you particularly like, then maybe go down that route with them. One thing that won't help you, which is for sure, is if you are new to the game, buying a pro setup will not help you. Because then pro setups are made for people that go pro speed, so they just handle completely differently. It's kind of why I wanted to prove a point in the short that I made earlier, where if you are decent at the game anyway, you can make a stock suspension work if you really try hard enough. It's only if you're going and then competing at the highest level, and you need them extra half a second to a second, maybe 2 seconds if it's particularly good through the whoops in like an aerial supercross race. That's when you kind of need the setups more. But I think a lot of people think, hey, my game's going to crash here. I think a lot of people probably think, hey, I've got 200 hours struggling to get any better, it's all got to be suspension. And it's like, well, no, you put another 2,000 hours into the game first, and then you'll see where you was losing time anyway. But then also, with the short that I posted earlier, don't look at a reel and see someone wheeling an entire whoop section and be like, yeah, that suspension's sick. Because you can wheelie whoops on any suspension. And because you're wheeling the whoops, the suspension doesn't really matter because your front end's not hitting each whoop to upset the bike. So which is why I just loaded it up on stock, wheeled through the whoops in one go and was like, there you go, stock suspension's great. Because you can make anything look great if you really want to. But the most egregious one that I saw, and I cannot remember what brand it was you could tell that somebody had sped up their footage just as they entered the whoops. And I was like, yeah, we've gone too far, we're trying to sell setups to people now at this point. So I've played this game for far too many hours and far too many years, so you cannot bamboozle me with your sped up whoop footage. It's like I know what looks right and what doesn't. It's no different than like when we was doing the NSP series at the end of last year, and we caught a couple of people cheating in like qualifying. It's like when you've played the game enough, you know what to expect out of the bikes and how fast they accelerate and how much grip they should have, and it's like, okay, that guy's accelerating a little bit too fast there in between one jump and another, and yeah, it turns out they're cheating. So the experienced eye can always pick up on the bullshit. I'm on the Suzuki 450 right now. I've had an awful run up this hill, and the hill's just a tiny bit too steep to start accelerating again, so once you've kind of lost grip, you just have to push it up the rest of the way. It's quite painful. Oh, 100% Reed. 100%. It's no different than I wouldn't have gone through all of the effort and months that it took me to make Moto 101 if I knew I wasn't going to get anything back for it. It's the same argument that I have when people complain about paid tracks a lot. I always say, you might be upset that this track is paid, but if it wasn't paid, it wouldn't even exist. Like, the track wouldn't have been made in the first place. So you're not going to get it regardless. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. Like, especially if people were very open about it in the first place. Like, you can make a lot of money by being good at something in MX bikes, whether that is suspension or tracks. That is a fact. Like, an outrageous amount of money. But it's the ones that do it in the not so morally correct way, by just straight up lying or speeding up footage, for example, to make suspension look better. And it's like, well, you're just a dickhead. At least if you're honest about what you're doing, I don't think people have a problem with it. We only have 3 people left, which is kind of crazy to me. And I'm pretty sure the guy in third has either stopped or he's got lost because he's not hit the second tower. He's not hit the second sector for a very, very, very long time. And he was only a minute behind at the first, so he might be lost. Your bike doesn't have enough power to even get some triples on Supercross. That is just that's just corner speed. That's purely corner speed. That's another big difference when I'm trying to swap between MX bikes and Sim as well. On Sim, like, the bikes do have a lot of acceleration, so you can kind of check up at the top of a berm, cut down, and still get a triple out. Like, and you can seat bounce on that game properly as well. Whereas MX bikes is all momentum based. There's no proper seat bouncing mechanic. Now, you can try and stretch out a jump a little bit more, but there's no proper sitting down and compressing a suspension to go further. And the same way, the acceleration's quite shit on these. Because where all of the... I'm going to crash it. Oh! Where all of the grip is on the middle of the tyre rather than the outside, if you kind of stop and try cutting down mid-corner, you haven't really got enough space to work with, or you don't spend long enough in the middle of the tyre. So a lot of it is all just following the corner the entire way around. Which is why tracks do end up getting so one-lined, because the fastest way around the track will always just be railing the very, very top of the berm. You don't really have the opportunity to kind of brake and cut underneath people. You do on the current K-Bell tracks, but then that comes with its own issues, which people don't like, is the track's really, really slippery. But it's made small and slippery for that exact reason, so you can't just rail the berms wide open, you have to take your time with it. So there's pros and cons to it. Feel a little bit lonely now that everybody's game's crashed, I'm not going to lie. Don't believe we're too far away from the finish anymore anyway. Oh my god, that was close. It can't be wider, low read, because as soon as you make the track wider, the entire scaling of the whole track changes. So if you make the track wider, so what's the best way of wording this? And I've got a good example for you. I'll do my best pirate software impression. We'll make it. How do we make it black first? There we go. Pirate software impression. So if this, oh you mother, oh yeah. So if I've got my 2 rhythm lanes like this, and then you've got the berm that is the width of the 2 rhythm lanes. If I then go and make my rhythm lanes wider than they were, then the berm has to be bigger to compensate for it, to cover the width. As soon as you make this berm bigger than it currently is, you carry more speed around the berm than you would in the smaller berm, which then makes the rhythm that you can do even bigger than what you'd be able to do here. So it's all a very, very fine balancing act between the scaling, how shallow they are, the lack of ruts, how the traction is. There's a lot to it. Make the outside closer. Does that not look like really weird though? You wouldn't get a proper, you know, like semicircle if it was closer. It'd be, I don't know, be a weird shape. That's just my opinion anyway. No, it's a tightrope that you're walking. You are balancing absolutely everything. Then at the same time, I don't think it's Aiden's fault that the erode in the game is shit. Like, the erode used to be better. I don't know how we've got a worse erode than we used to have. I don't actually think the width of the track is a bad thing anyway. I think it's people's lack of race IQ and race awareness that is the issue, because we've had so many years of the tracks being so big. And people will kind of just jump side to side without really thinking about it. But if you then go and race against any of the, let's say, MX bikes veterans, they will, you can jump through an entire rhythm section next to them with no issue at all. Like, they will acknowledge that you're there, and they will not scrub intentionally to make sure that you don't bump into each other. So a lot of it's a rider issue. Like, if you get cross jumped, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just you're shit out of luck at that point, wrong place, wrong time. But if everybody was to approach the rhythms with the brain of, hey, I hear somebody right to my left, I'm not going to scrub the shit out of this jump and cross jump, and we'll all survive. But it tends to not go that way, really. Netcode plays a factor as well, but that's more so in the corners than in the rhythms themselves. You know, probably one of the best updates Poboso could make for this game, that would also make the OEM's teams' lives and track creators' lives better overall, is if, just like in MX Simulator, the traction wasn't tied to the bikes, the traction was tied to the individual tracks. That's it. Done. Problem solved. No more grip issues whatsoever. The track creators can make whatever grip they want, so they can run whatever scaling they want, because the grip would run alongside it, and you'd have no more headaches with traction. It's like the level of customization that sim track creators have to be able to adjust their traction is nuts. It's actually crazy. Like, you can change things by the smallest of percent if you really want to. Yes, Talon, you are correct. You are correct. That would mean the game would actually need to be worked on. So that's never going to happen, but that would definitely be the best way of going about things. Well, we did start this race with 15 people, sorry, it's just not ended up that way. We've had a lot of game crashes, but I'm just going to see this run through to the end, and then I'm actually going to load up Sim after this and show everybody my progress. It's probably going to take me a good 10 minutes to get flowing again, just because now I've hopped on bikes. But I've put in a good like 5 hours or so over the last couple of nights. I don't know how doable it'd be from a modding perspective, like a community-wide modded perspective on this game, Lock and Loaded. But I don't see why it wouldn't be that difficult for the actual developer of the game to implement. So, back to the MX Simulator example, you have, it's literally just like a notepad when you're making your track, and it's called tile info. And you can change, you know, like the roll speed, how much friction when you shut off the throttle. So maybe, let's say you've got a really wet, boggy track, and when you shut off the throttle, it'll bog the bike down more. You've got general traction. There's so many different values you can change on a track-by-track basis. So then it's the track creators themselves that have free reign to make their track whatever experience they want it to be. Whereas right now, the game feels like the track creators have to work within the confines and the limits of the current OEM traction, which is then also limited by Caboso's tyres and game. Linda is laughing her head off in the other room, by the way. Why can I not have this much fun playing video games? Hey, Tyson's... I've been looking on RF. I've seen Tyson's been trying to make a few races, and it does make me feel better about myself knowing that the Tyson Fresquez has been struggling to qualify top 40. So I don't feel like shit for not meeting them times yet. But yeah, Kellen planted the seed in my brain of maybe racing Seattle, and I've downloaded all 5 of the current Supercross tracks. I've played all of them now for like a total of probably an hour each, and I've only had a lap time that would qualify me top 40 on 1 out of them 5 tracks. I need to get whoops worked out and dialed, because whoops are so difficult. I've even gone back and I'm watching, you know, like Seth Shirley's videos, Seth Carr's videos, Braden Carter's videos, looking at their technique through the whoops and trying to replicate it, and I just eat shit every single time. It's not ideal. But everything outside of that, like, I'm not the most consistent in the world, but I'm getting the corners down nice for the most part, hitting the rhythms in that I need to. I haven't checked if it's been granted to me yet, but I have requested to get my pro license back, just because I'd rather do 450s than 250s if possible. But maybe before, like, especially if Ariel cancelled the entire Supercross series, there is a universe where I might try and make a sim main event for the Enduro. Well, actually, not even just a sim main event, just make a sim night show. Just try and make it to the heats. Top 40 would be nice. And there's only about 50 people that sign up each week for that class anyway, but the top 40 out of them 50 are all ridiculously good at the game themselves. So it's not an easy thing to do. I don't know if they're super strict with their licensing system on sim. Obviously, I've been out of the scene for quite some time, but at least to me, it seems like everybody that is in the Pro 450 class are very good at the game. Like, very good. Oh, it's fine, Sora. I'm on very good terms with Braden Carter anyway. I messaged Tanner about it because me and Tanner go way back, and I also messaged Seabolt about it as well because I feel like me and Seabolt get along quite well, and they both gave me exactly the same explanation. You know, of like 5th gear, low RPMs, try and keep the bike the same speed the whole way, don't use too much rider input, it's more so the bike and the throttle modulating yourself through the whoops. So it's just me implementing it. I've got a good setup, I've got a good advanced, so it's purely on me, just a skill issue at this point. But it's actually nuts to me how quickly most of the muscle memory is coming back, but then the whole whoop issue is back when I was playing, the whoops were a lot smaller than they are now, so that's a new skill that I'm having to try and learn. Oh, we're actually very close to the end. We've got about 2.5 minutes left. That does sound like a good way of going about it. Lock and Loaded. Does that not cause any like anti-cheat issues at all on a setter? Well, I suppose if it's like massive community-wide, then the developers themselves are probably giving it the okay. If you get a win this season in MXBO, you'll quit and go to Sim. Oh, I don't know about that, Reed. You really think you're going to be... hang on, is this a moto win or is this an overall win? Because, you know, Cam could have like a really bad race race where he can't come all the way through and you could hold shot. But doing it over 2 motos would be very, very difficult. Is it worth starting Sim in 26? I really don't. I don't know. I mean, the game's 20 years old at this point. The difficult thing about Sim is there is a lot less of a casual community than there is on bikes. So if you're going to go in and grind and try and get to the competitive level, then by all means go for it. But it will be a lot of hard work. Can't brake. Can't brake. Stop. Skirt. I'll tell you what I do need to do though, just before I move up Sim, I need to drop the kids off at the pool, because holy, my booty cheeks have been clenched for like the last 10 minutes. Oh. There you go, 2 downhills left to go. Is Schedule 1's the weed growing game, isn't it? I feel like the Schedule 1 phase had been and gone for most people. My bike's hours are very low right now. I think I'm about 16 hours the last 2 weeks. And you probably find most of that is just trying to stream the aerial races since they happened on Friday and Sundays the last 2 weeks. There we go. Right. I got cuts there. I'm just going to let George work his way to the line. Actually, I'm going to... Can I traverse to watch him through? I'm going to go to the toilet quickly. And then once I've done that, I'll load up Sim and show you my current progress. I am lighter now, so hopefully that translates over well. Unplug controller 1. Plug in controller 2. Right. Oh, I got a bad feeling I'm now going to play like absolute arse. I mean, I'm quite inconsistent anyway, as it is. So, right, game capture, MX simulator, done. New race. Which one of these have I done a good amount? Trying to remember all the tracks now. Yeah, we'll do San Diego. San Diego's quite tight. It's quite techy. Oh, you crashed. I thought you'd finished for some reason, George. So I was the only person out of all 15 to get to the finish without the game crashing. That's disgusting. It's not very. It's not a good ratio. It'd be taking me a long time to get synced in here. There we go. Right, I've got to remember my buttons again now, so my brakes are all different. My clutch is different. Who likes my my speedo at the bottom right now? Hello, Sam. Made that myself. Took me a whole like 5 minutes, that. I think you've been working out more than I have this week. I haven't been for a good few days now. Definitely need to go tonight after the stream. Try and get a few laps in to get the swing of things again. Something I'm really bad at right now is flat turns. Really, really bad at flat turns. And then this is probably where I crash in the whoops like 20 times in a row now. Very, very bad in whoops. Do Enduro on sim. I don't have any servers to set up for people. It might be a bit boring me rocking around by myself. Always overjump that triple in, because I want to go triple quad. And I'm pretty sure fast line here is going on, and then trying to double step off. It's all momentum based. All momentum based. Game looks bad. What if I tell you this is the higher res, high quality version of everything in the game right now? So most of the top guys, or the videos that I see, they run like Play-Doh versions of the track so they can see the road coming in easier. But no, I agree. But I mean, the game is 20 years old as well, so it's to be expected. I wish we could get good sounds on this game. Sounds is a big thing for me. To be fair, after you've been playing for 20 minutes, you kind of zone out. It doesn't bother you anymore. Best X track to get very good at Supercross. I don't think there is a best Supercross track for that. You're better off just playing... So if you're trying to get better at aerial Supercross tracks, then just play all of the aerial Supercross tracks. You know, just practice the style of track that you're trying to get better for. I don't think I have... Oh, I do have reshade on. Didn't think I did. Oh, well, oh, yeah, so this is meant to actually be making it look even better than it currently does. I'm sure you can make it look even better than this. There we go, now I can get the quad out. Seat bouncing quads in this game is very, very satisfying, I'll say that much. Like when you downside a jump perfect, then you just hook the shit out of the next jump to get the quad. But what I do hate is that your cursor doesn't disappear off your screen. There you go, let's move that out of the way. Oh, I'm in first gear, don't want to be in first gear. So that is the designated strat, is get up to 5th and like quarter throttle, but you saw by the end of the loop section there, the bike started getting away from me, so I can't do it consistently. Oh, too far. But it's definitely better than I was on Friday, for example. And I got a shit entry to the whoops. I don't know how I'll survive that. Oh, keep her up. It's good. So around here, for example, I'm pretty sure you need something like a 54 to be qualified in. And I'm on a 58. Which, to be fair, the lap that 58 was, there wasn't any, like, huge mistakes. I think it's just general momentum around the track. I noticed that I don't do a very good job of landing on like the outside of a corner. It's like I'll keep jumping like here by mistakes and have to slam on the brakes, get the bike spun around, rather than landing on the right side and then following the corner through. But unfortunately I do not foresee myself qualifying for Seattle. Maybe after another week of grinding I might be able to take another second off. Oh. It's definitely... it's a hard game just to hop back into. I feel like bikes is so much easier to have time off and then come back. Hang on, he's barking. No! Don't think I should have downshifted all the way to first gear. That's why I slid up. He's barking. I imagine, yeah, if you've never played Sim and you come from bikes, having to lay on the ground whilst your rider gets back up is probably quite frustrating. I'm surprised there's not like a, I know you can respawn yourself in time trial, but it puts you back before the finish line. I'm surprised there's not like a testing mode where you can instant respawn. And I suppose it makes you think about what you're doing more. So you actually have to take your time and progressively get better at this. You can't just full send everywhere because, yeah, if you do crash, you're going to be laid on the ground for like 7 seconds thinking about what you've done wrong. Yeet. Thank you, Plim.
At Plim Gate 1437 became a member.
Yeah, 5th gear just... it feels very out of control for me. I feel like if I'm in 1st or 2nd, I can modulate it a little bit better. But I don't know if it's like bike, where the higher gear you're in, the better your suspension's going to work over the bumps. Can I overjump that triple in again? Unless maybe you can quad in. I don't know. That's San Diego. We also have... A2's whoops are quite hard. Because it's coming out of a 90, so I struggle to get the bike like stood upright and be properly straight through them. No, they haven't rerun Glendale. I'll be surprised if they do rerun anything. It wouldn't surprise me if they just call it completely. I also notice I'm very, very, very tentative in flat corners. Oh my goodness. Like this whoop section here I find very, very difficult. Never mind, absolutely munched him. I think that might be the best I've hit them whoops ever. What pressure. Pressure makes diamonds. It's like it's fine, it's just slow. But I'm just slow. Then when I try going a little bit faster, I get all kinds of sketchy. Who Deal 469 is? Not directly, to be honest. There's like 20 different Dylans in the community. Oh, tagging your back end is such a pain in the ass. Enjoying the Unk vibes. You get to enjoy a lot of it whilst I'm laying on the ground, thinking about what I've done. I could just load it in time trial and keep repeating it, but then I feel like that is just promoting me going for one lap speed rather than trying to build up some consistency. I do miss when drifting used to be meta on this game. Now you just have to rail the corners and keep traction. Because drifting's so fun. Something else that you can't do on bikes I wish you could. Because you actually still maintain a decent amount of traction while drifting on this game. Oh shit. Oh shit. Coming in a bit too hot. A2 hot lap by Cam. What he did after the whoops. Don't think I've seen it, but I'm guessing he just went quad triple. Because in bikes we've got an extra jump than they do in sim. You just have to make sure you drop the front end in the right place to be able to do stuff like that. So yeah, on sim they've just got triple, whereas on bikes they've got 7 jumps rather than 6. The big line was going quad over the table. Oh, what, on this track? Quad, really? Is that with a road or was that on the flat track? The real life track only had 6 jumps, so I don't know how the sim guys had the foresight. So they was going over that. Well, that's a stretch. Yeah, I don't know if I can hook that. Which is weird. So I don't know how the sim guys had the insight to only make it 6, because their races are on the Wednesday before real life. One thing I have noticed is I feel like my brakes don't do much. And it's probably a me problem, because I have to run anti-lock brakes, because my brakes are on buttons rather than being on the left trigger. So if that becomes like much of a problem further down the line, then I might have to go about changing that. But is Payson clean now? Because I feel like any time anyone mentions him in my chat, I end up slating him, saying that I don't trust it, because once you get caught cheating once, I can't really trust you to not cheat again. But if he's been clean for quite some time now, then I feel like I need to stop talking down on him. I think GPs are due to start like early March. Don't have an exact date for you, unfortunately. MX Sim legs off here. But saying it like that, sorry, saying all he did, it's no different than if I randomly went, oh yeah, by the way, one time in 2022 when I won my championship, I increased the grip in my tyres. Could you imagine people ever letting that go for me? Because it wouldn't happen. So it's just that thing of, I feel like once you get caught cheating once, any credibility is just gone. Do you know the bad thing about Sim? Is I have to concentrate the entire time, so I can't spend half the time playing whilst looking at the chat on the other monitor. At least when I crash a lot, I've got time to look over and read it. Yeah, I don't think I'll even bother signing up for Seattle. I might give it another week, because I definitely need it. Not too easy just to come out of retirement and be up with the top 1%. Is it all like glimpses of brilliance every now and then? But it tends to only last a couple of corners at a time. Gone too far. Oh my god. Thought I was going to get another legs off there. So that was, would you say that was a relatively clean lap? So let me try and find what lap time I actually needed to qualify into that race. So that was a 104.8. Let's have a look. NA. Anaheim. Notice the RF website has been slow for like the last 10 years. Qualifying, 450. I needed a 103.4 to even make it inside the top 40. So I need another second and a half off of what I just did, and trying to do it under the pressure of being in a qualifying server where you can't just like reset over and over and over again. You have to see the laps through. So it's definitely not easy. So we're still a long way off. This is outrageous, by the way. This man has been playing the game like 5 years. That's a low GOID. Like 5 years before I even started playing, and he's still going. Actually, I didn't know you could see all this. That's cool. Fair play. I'm like, oh, I didn't even see Max. There you go. Maxime's got GUID 1248, so he's had it longer than Devin has as well. I felt that they would have been playing it way before this. This is probably when they only started actually keeping track in 2020. It's crazy work. Does the, hang on, MXS EMF. I wonder if it'll still show me members, maybe? There we go. 17192. Got a pro license on here. Why can I not? I swear there used to be like a leaderboard system, didn't there? Or am I faded? They used to have like a top like a global leaderboard. Oh, there you go, global ranking. Ben Seberg still at the top. Oh, Dennis Fjellberg. He played bikes for a little while. Where am I? I've dropped loads then. I was decently high. 25th! What's the best way of doing this then? So here we go. So it's races, podiums, MX wins, Supercross wins. 172 races, 131 wins. That's a pretty fucking decent ratio, if you ask me. Winning 131 races out of 172. That is pretty damn good. How on earth has Morgi Fabregas above me when he's done that many more races got a lot less wins? I don't know. Old Spermy on here. I'm pretty sure Nick Salan still plays to this day. Old Declare. Igni. I think Rico still plays as well. 701 races, that is nuts. Bro was him. I was. Keyword was. Is there a way of looking at previous championships? Race Center. Yes, there is. Right. When would it have been? It would have been like either 17, 18 or 18, 19. So let's go to 17. Or was it 16? Because this series I got cucked out of because in 250s. Oh, this is a shit layout. How am I meant to get over there to that? There you go. That's as much as I can see. Yeah, this is an awful design. Yeah, I got cucked out of it. So you'll see I was battling for a championship for the first 3 rounds. You can't even see anything. And then in the final round out of the 4, I got 1 point because I got taken out by one of the retard Balzer brothers, I think it was. I think it was Mads Balzer. Took me out as a lapper on purpose. Which I actually have a YouTube video of him taking me out because I was that petty back then. So 2017 Sim Cup, no. Paris Supercross, no. Is there no just normal 2017 Supercross? Oh yeah, there. I'm an idiot. Stand-ins. Oh yeah, I won this championship. This is actually might be one of the worst designed websites I've ever seen. You can't like scroll over to the right; it just disappears. I don't even think you can read that. It's that small. But anyway, I missed 1, 2, 3. I missed 4 rounds, and I still won by 50 points in this championship. I got 2nd, 5th, 3rd. No, I didn't. I got 2nd, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. First, 2nd, 1st, miss around, 3rd, miss around. That was 2017. And then I think it was 2018 after that I'd done all right. 2018 Pro Supercross, stand-ins. This is where Hunter... Okay, so I had the red plate in 450s for a long time over people like Hunter Root, Alexis Leclerc, Seabolt, Jesse Mullins, Dennis Fjellberg, Valtteri Tienen as well. And then about halfway through the season, Hunter Root just caught full form. Like at round 11, he's gone second, first. And he beat me in the end by 15 points. So, yeah, your boy wasn't too shabby on the old sticks on Sim back in the day. But it is discussing how quickly that all goes. A good thing about MTG is we all start off at the same place. Like, nobody's got an advantage of playing the game for years ahead of time, so it's just going to be who grinds the most for the first couple of months, I think. Cements themselves at the top. I'm actually curious to know... So I've done a lap already on this track. I'm curious to know what lap time this is. Because I ran a 104.8 in the race just then, and I'm interested to see if this is any better. Oh, it doesn't. It does look a bit messy. Yeah, it doesn't... I'm not really flowing through the corners or anything, doesn't look particularly good. Oh, see, I'm 5th gear through them there, but I didn't get the triple. No, there's no way this is a good lap. I reckon this is worse than the 104. Do you think the ones on top in bikes will mostly dominate? No, I wouldn't have thought so. If anything, the ones on top on sim would probably dominate more than bikes, because MTG is a hard game as well. It just depends how quickly people can pick the games up. God damn it. I might have to turn reflections off. I generally hate being able to see my ghost, it's so distracting. Day one of playing MX bikes, when I went into testing, I turned off my trainer, and I've never turned it on again since. Oh, that was sketchy. Yeah, let's turn that off. Graphics. Advanced. Reflections. No, there we go. Shouldn't be able to see him now. Much better. I wonder how strict the timing gates are on them bales that I just went through. Whoa! Yeah, looking for a team on MTG. It's going to pay me ridiculous amounts of money just to show up and race. Since it sounds like there's people earning more from playing MX bikes than I make from YouTube. I was running in too deep again. I'm not braking quick enough. God damn it. That was a decent lap up until that point. I just slid in the corner. So then you get the whoops all kind of wrong. To MRC. Listen, it sounds like they're paying a decent amount of money. Going off of what Neon was saying in Aerial the other night. They can't just be paying for Aerial results, because Neon got, what, like a 2nd, a 6th, that did not make the main and it did not show up. And he said that he's making enough money to pay like 300 rent to his parents, go out for meals and stuff with his girlfriend, all this, that and the other. And it's like, bruh, how much money are you making for a bit of bikes action? You motherfucker! Oh, I'm alive! No! Fuck's sake. So close. Hello, Sundog. Oh, god damn it. I just want to log a fucking lap time here. I keep wooding myself right at the end. I suppose the first part of this lap's quite easy. It's the second half of the track that it's a little bit techie. Notice I head lean a lot more in this game than I do on bikes. Or at least it feels like it. Maybe I'm noticing it more because I'm more locked in. Fucked up again. You'd think that'd be the easiest part, wouldn't you? Just hitting a supercross triple at the end of a lap. That's also another muscle memory issue. Spent 5 years on bikes, knowing how fast I need to hit jumps and how much I can scrub to get away with it, and now you got to throw that all out the window. No! God dang it. There's definitely a possibility. I mean, at least there's improvement just from Friday alone. Oh shit. Oh shit. Nope. It's not just aerial, that's fucking outrageous. This is the thing that obviously no disrespect to you, Neon, because you're just taking the advantage of a situation. I know Miles pops in here from time to time. I think it's Miles' team. I'm curious to know what he gets out of it. Because that is a fuck ton of money to spend on having MX Bikes riders run 3 letters in their name. Consistency, never heard of it. Yeah, definitely lacking in the consistency department. Oh, go on, get on that still. Yes! What was that? 104.6. Need another 1.3, that's fine. It was a messy lap. Then at the same time, this is me doing this in testing, so I've got infinite chances. I need to be able to do this within a couple of qualifying sessions, I think. I don't know what the exact format is. I'd like to think if I put this much effort into riding MX bikes, I'd actually be somewhat comp again. I think it's just because I haven't played Sim properly in so long, it's somewhat fresh, so it's still interesting. And it feels like there's progression there. Oh, leant too far left. So easy for your wheels to fall out from underneath you if you leant too far over. Still leaning too far over. Oh, I was... Oh, look at the time! I was 1.5 seconds up. Oh, fuck. That could have been it. That could have been it. Oh. That's outrageous talent. That is generally crazy. I'm doing it wrong. I need to stop being loyal to my team and just fuck them off and join a paying one. You got to pick your battles though, isn't it? Because AJP obviously do so much for me in real life. I'm sure the value of it has added up to multiple hundreds, if not thousands at this point. Uh-oh. Apparently saying they barely get 40 guys in the second half of the season. Well, that'd be nice if I can just get through by default. But to show you kind of what I've been looking at is where we're at right now, qualifying. So this is this round I'm doing. So this is round 3, Anaheim 2. So there's only 49 people that signed up. However, the lap times of everybody for inside the top 40 are still really good lap times. So it's like I mean, they are the people with the 450 Pro license, which is quite hard to get. And I mean, I'll be honest, if fucking Tyson is trying to qualify each round and he's not making it in, then you know that it's a little bit difficult. Bro's been playing since 2012. I know he did take a hiatus and he's coming back now as well, but it's still really difficult to get into that top 40. Yeah, 103.4 is what I need at the moment. And there's no like ideal lap times on this game, which is annoying, but I guarantee you, like ideal lap time wise, I would be absolutely fine. It's just trying to put a lap together. But then putting a lap together in testing and going and doing it in qualifying servers, also two completely different things. So maybe I'll make the night show by the end of this series if I try doing them all. That was a good sound. Getting a hell of a kick off of that jump. I almost always go over the bars there. .103.9. So I need another half a second still. I need a 103.4. I think it's just better corner speed, to be honest with you, like leaving off the brakes later, but then I feel like my brakes don't actually do much, and if I bang down the gears too fast, then my tyres just kind of slide out from underneath me because there's too much engine braking. Yeah, Tyson used to be the GOAT. Tyson used to be insane. But then there's people that have been playing the game since Tyson left and are now still playing it. So now he's come back, you can't just like quickly qualify in. I feel like the game's changed a lot now as well anyway, so back when Tyson would have been competing, the tracks would have been a lot slipperier. The whoops were like nowhere near as difficult as they are now, so it's just a different style of playing. It's like I'm having to try and learn these whoops now, because the whoops were half this size when I used to play. Keep her up on 2 wheels. Ah! I mean, if anybody can confirm that those guys were going outside triple in the first corner, then I'll try it, but it's a flat corner on this game, and your flat corner speed's very, very low. If there was a berm there, then I'd understand it. Well, I don't think it's quicker. Not like bikes, unfortunately. You can't drag handlebars in your corners. You kind of have to tiptoe your way around. Ooh. Maybe I can jump out here and be quicker though. Am I up or down? I'm down. I'm 0.2 down. So no, I think inside's quicker. So we're just going for hot laps right now. We fucked the consistency off already. What about in the sand? I'm going to be honest, I forgot there was an extra roller at the end there. Inside and sand's probably quite fast for people that are good. I just need the assistance of the outside berm right now. I've got no interest in joining lobbies just to be punted everywhere at the moment. If I had my own server and I could control it and boot people, that'd be fine, but I'm not the most well-liked in Sim. And also, if I'm struggling to get around the track by myself, you really think I can ride around other people right now? Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's just retarded shit. So you're saying Payson downsided this to this roller? Yeah. Not a bit of me. I'll be a good boy. I'll stay in my lane. Oh, scrubbed it too hard. Oh, do you reckon you can quad step off of that? I think to improve my lap time, I generally have to just send the whoops, but I don't know the tech for sending the whoops faster than I'm currently going. Right, next track. Right, that one's not working for me. What's Houston? Oh, let me have a look at Houston times as well. Rounds. Houston. I have submitted for a new license. Let me have a look. Yeah, I've got a pro license again now. When you request one, like a new license, you put a reason, and I put 1, 2 titles, 2 wash for 250s now, and that was it. So yeah, I've got a pro license again now. I've got 300 nobbies on my account. I don't know if that's enough to enter a one-off race. Right. So I need a 51.4 for this track. Oh, God. Oh, it's this one. You are about to watch a man reset for the next 20 minutes because I cannot get through this whoop section. No matter what I do, no matter what gear I go in, no matter what speed I go in, I cannot survive to the end of these whoops. Oh. 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 Nope. God, these whoops are fucking hard. Try the 5th gear tech. Hang on, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Nope. Rather, I'm going as fast into him as I can. Like, I can't go too fast on flat ground. And I feel like as soon as I go too fast in them, oh, my jumps just get, or my bumps for him just get worse. I'm so out of control. Curious to see what my lap time around here is. Oh. Ooh. So messy. So I've got a 52 flat around here previously, so that's, again, that's only 0.6 off. So it's like I'm close. I'm very, very close in terms of position, like, just time in general. Just struggling to find that extra second or so that I'd need to know that I'd be able to make it in relatively comfy. And see me and Turley battling a heat. I'm pretty sure Turley would whoop my ass. Like, Turley isn't a slouch on sim, he's pretty fucking good. I don't know what it is about this whoop section in particular, but it seems so much harder than all of the other whoop sections in the year. I just cannot keep a consistent speed. And my usual strat to avoid this is just go extra slow and just first gear my way through it, but I'm not going to be qualifying anytime soon going through the whoops like this. Look how much time I've just lost. I'm a second and a half down by the end of the whoop section. Well, the whoops on this game, they're not done by like you're leaning forwards and back, it's all modulating the throttle and balancing the bike the right amount. And this whoop section in particular just seems to have my number over all the others. Or I get through them, but then I'm just not in the line that I need to be in. You boys are I'm gonna get fucking triggered in a second. I'm not... It's fine. I'm obviously very aware that I need to keep the front end down and the front wheel was coming up. Do you not think that if I was able to do that, I would be doing it? That's the issue. I know what to do. It's doing it is the hard part. There are no whoops round coming up. There'll probably be whoops in the game though, I would have thought. I'm pretty sure there'll be whoops in real life. I'm pretty sure the the word of that track was that they just generally forgot to put the whoops in on the track map, but I'm pretty sure it will have whoops. If there is actually no whoops in real life, Justin Cooper's going to be licking his lips. Yoit. Thank you, Ireland.
I think the problem is that you're not getting through the whoops.
It is frustrating because I think the rest of the track, like rhythms now, bowls, quite straightforwards. But it's like, if you have shit whoops, it kind of messes up your flow around the entire track. But yeah, so Glendale for me, or Houston, sorry. Can't do Houston, just because of the whoops alone. What's this one? Definitely got a lap around here, haven't I? Yeah. Let's have a look. Little look-see. Oh yeah, I didn't know what the fast line was around here. I struggled a lot in that section that I just hit. I didn't know whether to go on, off, double, or whether to go over, triple. If I go over, the triple out seems like really hard. So I got through the whoops then, but it was very, very slow. Can qualify for EU? Yeah, but isn't EU pretty dead? I haven't had a look at that actually. Let's have a look. Events. The only reason I don't think I'd want to try and qualify for EU is that it's the day after. So let's take Anaheim 2 for example. So what did I have? I had a 103.9. Qualifying. There's only 40 people, so yeah, I would have been in regardless. Got 2 people with the same name. I'm trying to look at people here, like from the EU perspective. I'm trying to look at people's names I even remember, and there's not many. So I would have been like 25th. Dan Prin's still going as well. A lot of Frenchies, isn't there? And while Dan White spotting. Yeah, I feel like if you qualify for EU, it probably just doesn't really mean anything. I feel like NA is probably where you want to try and be qualifying for. They were going triple, quad, double across the start after the whoops. Triple, quad, double after the whoops. So after this right-hander here. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I can see how that's doable. I don't know if I should be... I don't even know if you can quad out there, or if you step over the table, or there's something different in this section as well. I'll tell you, the aerial tracks from this year have fried my brain, because you just never go over tables anymore, because the tables are too steep on the downside in the aerial to make it worth your while. Yeah, I don't know about tripling into there. You gotta get that triple really perfect to even have a chance of getting that quad. I know you can go quad through there as well. I've done that on my my trial lap. triple quad quad after the finish. Are we calling the step over a triple? So step over that, quad, quad, then single. How do they get stopped in time for the corner there? That's very techy. Very, very techy. Sounds to me like there's a whole nether level that I need unlocking. And actually, to be fair, downside in these tables is actually quite hard. Like, it's really easy to tag a wheel. And if you go a little bit too long, you've got no chance either. Fuck. Tag my back wheel again. One thing that this game does that punishes you a lot that bikes doesn't do, which people probably have no idea about, is if you tag your back end, like just on the downside of a jump, it will kick the back end out to the side. So on bikes, you can tag your back end and carry on riding in a straight line fine, it really doesn't affect you. But on this game, you get all kinds of out of shape by doing it, which is why you see me like yeeting off to the side of the track, is because I'm still committed to the next jump that I'm coming up to, but the bike suddenly gets unsettled last second because I've tagged my back end. Yeah, I'll show you my advanced. Oh, that's what I'm rocking with right now. It's not far off of what I used to run way back when, anyway. I did have it on 5360. But I found I was actually like quite slow in getting turned over in the corners. Then I just made it a tiny bit looser. Oh, we'll case everything. I've got no ideas who it is, sorry. I mean, I don't mean to suck myself off, but all of their settings are slight changes on what my settings used to be anyway. And all that stemmed from Tanner way back in the day. And they was originally based off of Shack Attack stuff from even further back in the day. I can't play anymore. I used up any talent that I had on Anaheim too. Just get around the track rather than trying to hit the full quali lines for now. You can definitely quad out of that if you do that line that I did there. There you go, Troy. I'll give you a nice video that we can do together. We 1v1 on Bike, Sim, and Legends. And see who wins. Because you'll win on Legends, I'll win on Sim, and then it'll just be whoever wins on Bikes. God damn it. Didn't get the angle right. You can't be worse at Legends than I am. I don't think that's possible. Nope. Hit the hit reverse button by mistake. Yeah, Charlie's played Sim before. Jesus Christ, that quad is a stretch. I preferred playing this without streaming, to be honest, because then people didn't tell me what the fast qualifying lines were, and then I was just taking easy lines around the track. Yeah, stepping over tables is very difficult, just landing-wise. It was so good until the last swoop, and then the front end dipped on me. I almost had it. Unfortunately, you're a couple years too late with that one run. That has been done before. I only tried stepping on there and I went way further than I expected. There you go. I banged down to first gear there, full on both brakes on the landing, and I still only just managed to stop in time. Not good. Am I a movie fan? I wouldn't say in particular. I mean, I feel like I watch the average amount of films. It's a crazy amount of time to stop. Oh, it is. I agree. And I was like, yeah, first gear. Bear in mind I've got the shortest gearing you can have as well. So I banged it down into first, fully locked both brakes. And I still only just stopped. Rock, I hate you for telling me about this fucking quad here. And now how have I overjumped a quad? Yeah, well, that probably works out better for me. Oh, we sliding. I keep just mistiming that triple in, so I can't get the quad through here as well. And like quadding through here is so much quicker. Now I've overjumped it. Ah! That's so frustrating. Look how much time I lost. Yeah, I don't know about 4 seconds, but you can definitely gain probably 1 to 2 going quad in that last rhythm. Yeah, I don't think that first section was even sand IRL, was it? They changed it to like wood chip or something. How have I not had her legs off there? Yeah, I think they made it wood chips. But it did look pretty arse. Oh shit, I'm not stopping for this. Oh! Went in way too front wheel heavy. I've overjumped it, how? Oh, slow down. That is so difficult to stop after that. Hmm. At least if you mess up the initial jumps, you can just triple your way through the rest of it. Not quite as easy to pop off of these tables as it is on bikes. I'm pretty sure Ariel had a post in that exact same spot at the last track, but they haven't had it on all of them. There you go, that's good. Good angle for the on-off as well. Still didn't get as much pop as I would have liked though. No! I changed down one too many gears. Oh, I was 1.5. Well, hang on, what do I need here? Actually, it's a 101 I needed, wasn't it? I don't think I'm even close. Because I was only 1.4 seconds up, so that would have had me as a 102.1. Oh. I'm already in, apparently. I need a 103.9, and I've got a 103.5. And if I would have finished that lap off, it would have been a 102.1, which would have had me around 23rd or so. But still, doing it in testing after 100 attempts is completely different to actually doing it in a server. So. No, close but no cigar. Have we done... Have I done A1 yet? Time-wise? I feel like A1 would have been really stacked though. Let's have a look. Hello, Rodak. Round 1 is a... Yeah, it's not happening. It's a 108.7, but that's only 2 seconds slower than top quali. So round 1, everyone was after it. So I need a 108.7. Let's see what time I actually have around here already. I don't know if I've revisited this track since I can kind of get through the whoops a bit better. Weekly Tuesday sim race. What sim race? I thought sim was on Wednesdays. I tried iRacing for a month or two. This was years ago, but I'm not very good on the old pedals. very, very heavy-footed. Well, Kellen was in my stream on Fridays when the... How did this lap count? I went off the track. Kellen was in the stream Friday when the servers were being attacked again, and he said, see you at Seattle on Wednesday. So he's kind of planted the seed. Yeah, this lap's shit. I just want to see what time it is. Okay, so I don't have a lap around here. Interesting. How do I get back to myself? There we go. So clearly Glendale is my track so far out of all of them. And Houston is not my track. Oh, come back round. Oh, fucking hell. A little bit too steezy. Why do I feel that? That is just definitely not what you're meant to do through that rhythm. Oh my god! Are you meant to be able to step over that? I went miles. Let's see, I reckon I'm like 4 seconds off of where I need to be. 110! So I need only 2.2. That was a very messy lap. Glendale password, get it, so on that thread that you're on, Troy, go to like the most recent comment, so go to the last page. Controller overlay. There you go. Move it there so you can still see the times as well. That's not terrible though. Like 2 seconds off. That was terrible. Oh, get on that. No. I feel like there's a lot more that goes on Sim in terms of banging up and down the gears. And now put the controller overlay on, I can't go in a straight line. I try and get too steezy with it, because you can get pretty upside down on the whips. You just cheat and sit down the whole time and it usually brings it back around pretty well. No! I just lost so much time to myself in the whoops, holy. What's the line if you go over there? I feel like that might be better. Is it over triple quad? Let's have a little look. Over triple... Yeah, over triple quad. Might try that. Let's have a look. Grumpy Gramps is live. Listen here, buddy. Do you want me to start recording your main events when you get taken out by people? And compile it into one humorous video? You think Top Boys were quadding into the section before the sand, and then tripling over the sand to the first roller? Quite possibly. It seems like on every track so far there's been an insane qualifying line that I've been unaware of. But I do have the main event demo of this, so I was just going based off the line that I saw him taking, but then I suppose race line is different, isn't it? Oh yeah, if you never played Sim, by the way, and I'll talk about how good the Sim infrastructure is compared to bikes, I can save the pro main event and I can race against the pro main event. I need to change this. So everybody that you see on my screen right now are people that were actually in the race. So, like, number 2 in here or something. I actually don't know the numbers of everyone. I don't know who's number 1 or whatever, but I say all these people are the actual people that were racing. There's no collisions, but it's like the Erodal form, exactly the same as it forms for them in the race as well over time, so you can get some erode practice in if you want to. It's nice just to see kind of where you stack up against people. Can't do this on bikes at all. So they're going triple inside. They sending this or are they rolling it? They're rolling over that. Getting a really strange kick off of that middle triple. Yeah, that's where I lose all my time. Oh, all the time in the whoops. And the weird thing is, like, it saves the chat as well. So, like, I can open up the chat and see what everyone was, like, typing during the race. We got Dan White popping off in here as well. Dan White's on Impact now. I thought he was on a Sheikah. And also, if I wanted to, I could now go through and be like, okay, let me just watch Seth Carr's moto. Tanner's in second. Gianni Padani. Braden Carter, Spermy. And everyone. Oh, I saw him. There he is. Oh, Turley. He's in here barking, and then I can go back to myself when I'm bored, and then carry on racing around. And it's like, on MX bikes, I can't even save a replay longer than 2 minutes, but I can do all this on Sim. It's like the base infrastructure of the game is just better. It's like you can have spotters in your race and all sorts because the servers can actually handle more than 40 people before they explode. So it's like if I was actually racing this right now, it might be like, oh, Troy hop into the server for me and spot me. And what spotting means is he'll be watching the 2 people in front of me right now, watching these guys. If they crash, he'll say someone down in the middle of this next rhythm, so then I know ahead of time to not go in the middle of the next rhythm section so I don't crash into them. So there's just such a better... It's just a better base game. And that's just what Bikes has going for it, is it's easier to pick up and play, and it looks nicer. And sounds nicer. Yeah, Sim's quality of life is superior, I think. There you go. Much better. Right, gamers. Nice little cheeky 3-hour stream for the first one of the week. I will be back again tomorrow. I don't know what I'll be playing. It generally might just be more sim to get better, to see if I have a chance of trying to qualify on Wednesday. But I think we can all agree from Friday to now, big difference. Very big difference. SYS posted a hot lap of the week by Seth Carr, by the way. I think I might have seen it. I watched most of the SYS hot lap videos. That's how it goes. Listen, it's 11 PM for me, boys. That's fine. Cut me some slack. Be happy that I'm streaming at all, out of the kindness of my heart, you know, just entertaining the boys. But to everyone that has been sitting here watching me just replay time trial over and over again, thank you very much. And I'll join you same time next week for probably a very similar thing again. So thank you and good night.